Right, so I'm back, and of course I've done my Premier League predictions, or reacting to my Premier League predictions, reacting to my Bundesliga predictions, and now I'm reacting to my La Liga predictions. Of course, that's why I'm wearing the Barcelona jersey. But yeah, I mean, of course I'm gonna react to what I predicted in my La Liga predictions video back at the start of the season, and hopefully I do better than my Premier League prediction and my Bundesliga prediction. We'll rate them at the very end. But yeah, hopefully we'll do well. We're going to start at the bottom of the La Liga table, work our way up, see the difference between my position and the actual position of the team. And then that difference will be added to my total. And remember, the lower the total, the better I do. So yeah, let's just get started with the bottom of the table. In 20th was Deportivo Alaves. And so right off the bat, we're starting off with a really bad one because I placed Alaves in 13th. I placed Deportivo Alaves in 13th because I thought that they would have a pretty good season. I thought that they would do pretty well because a few seasons ago and even the season before they had done pretty well. But they just underperformed and got bottom of the table, just relegated. Bottom of the table, last place, 20th, however you want to say it. I'm sorry. I had so much hope for Deportivo Alaves, but unfortunately they just weren't good enough, and yeah, they got relegated. Sorry, Alaves. In 19th, also getting relegated, unfortunately, was also Levante. They're also a pretty good side, therefore I actually had them surviving. I actually put them in 16th. So it's not as bad as Deportivo Alaves, but still, it's a pretty big difference between the two placements. But Levante, they've always been a pretty solid club. That's why I put them a little higher than relegation. I never put them, I wouldn't put them mid-table because I don't feel like they're a mid-table team. I feel like they would be down in the bottom, hence why I put them in 16th. But they just massively underperformed again this season. They've pulled off some great wins up against the big teams a few seasons ago, but this time it just wasn't there for them. So they're going down to the Segunda División, or the second division of Spanish football. So unfortunate, but it just has to be how it was. Now the last relegation position, of course, is 18th, and that goes to Granada. Now that team very much surprised me. I thought they were pretty good. They were pretty well. I mean, I believe they made it to Europa League the season before, and they played Europa League this season. But I think that's what really killed them throughout the season. Hence why this has actually been my worst prediction out of the lot. 9 different positions. A difference of 9 is what I'm trying to say, because I put them in 9th place. Top 10. I put them in top 10. They actually finished as the last team relegated. Very unfortunate for them. I really expected so much for them because they have such great players. At least in my opinion, they've been quality players, but not enough. And yeah, so big score for me, but unfortunate for Granada. But hope to see them in 2 seasons for sure. In 17th, just escaping relegation, was Cádiz. Of course, they were one of the ones that actually got promoted from last season, and honestly, I thought they were actually going to survive, hence why I put them in 15th. So it's not that bad of a score, but still, Cádiz, they pulled off some great wins in this season. I can't remember if did they beat Barcelona? I believe they did. A lot of teams beat Barcelona, so it's not that big of a deal. But I mean, congratulations to Cádiz. They held on. They were able to stay in the first division, and yeah, so they will be playing the first division for next season. They'll definitely get some extra money for surviving. So yeah, congratulations to Cádiz from being promoted and staying within the first division of Spanish football. So congratulations. In 16th, battling for relegation, was of course Mallorca. Mallorca is another great team who I personally thought would have been much closer to being relegated, hence why I put them in 17th. Not quite relegated, but still not too bad, but it's decent. So good job on Mallorca actually being able to survive yet again. I can't remember, were they one of the promoted teams? I can't remember, but anyways, they did a fantastic job. They played well and they were able to survive. So yeah, it's quite similar situation to Cádiz. No one really thought that they would be able to get relegated. I mean, survive relegation. So it's another great season for them. So congratulations, Mallorca, and maybe they can push on to do even better. In 15th now was Getafe. Now this one, this team, they were they were similar to Granada in my view, because they were actually pushing for Europa League, pushing for European competition a few seasons ago, but they just declined. And of course I put them in 14th, so not too much of a difference there, but still it baffles me that they weren't able to do as well as they should have. But I mean, 15th isn't bad for them, so they can definitely still push on for next season to maybe get higher, maybe get top 10 possibly. I mean, I quite like their team. Their team is quite solid, and I've seen them play many times up against Barcelona, and they always give us a hard time. So yeah, good job at Getafe, and definitely be an interesting team to watch out for next season. In 14th was RCD Espanyol. Of course, another Catalan club, one major rival for my Barcelona, of course. But yeah, I unfortunately had them in 18th. I had them getting relegated despite them finishing in 13th. Yeah, I mean 14th, sorry. But wow, they definitely outperformed my vision of this. But yeah, great job Espanyol, proving once again that they could definitely stay within this league and push most teams quite far. And I think they can definitely do something great next season if they're able to hold on to their key players, like I believe Raúl de Tomás, or is he? No, he's at Rayo Vallecano. My bad, I forgot that. Never mind. Or maybe I'm wrong on that. I can't quite keep track of every player, but still, congratulations to RCD Espanyol. They did a fantastic job, and they could definitely push on for top 10 next season. And they're an interesting club to look forward to, because they're definitely, I mean, they're a major rival to Barcelona based on their location, but also just based on footballing wise. They've been fantastic a few seasons ago, back when they were in the first division before they got relegated, of course. But yeah, fantastic job for Espanyol. In 13th was, of course, Elche, another newly promoted side, and another one that I put in the relegation zone. I put them in 19th. You're gonna see quite a theme here. I put 14th and 18th, 13th and 19th. Just wait till you see the next one. But anyways, Elche definitely outperformed my predictions this season. I don't think they'll do as well for next season. I'm be fully honest, and I'm not gonna make my prediction just yet, because that's for after the transfer window or just closer to the start of the season. But that's besides the point. Elche are a fantastic team. They've proven to do quite well, and I mean, they've brought in some pretty good recruitment. They have some pretty good young talents coming up. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting team to look out for, and definitely one to just keep in mind when making predictions. So yeah, maybe they won't be as high next season, but they'll definitely be pretty strong. Continuing the theme of mid-table teams that I accidentally put, or not accidentally, I put in the relegation zone was, of course, Rayo Vallecano, who finished in 12th. They finished in 12th, and unfortunately, I placed them at the very bottom of the table, so that's a big 8 added to my total score. But I definitely underestimated Rayo Vallecano. They brought in the likes of, what's his name? Falcao, of course. Legendary player. Sorry, forgot his name for a second. But yes, Radamel Falcao, Colombian striker, Colombian amazing player who started off the season so well. And yeah, he propelled Rayo Vallecano to a pretty decent start. They were even in top 5 at some point, I believe. They were above Barcelona for quite a bit of the season. So yeah, interesting team. I'm not sure they'll be as strong next season, because considering some of their best players are quite older, they're past 30 and they're getting past their prime, so it could decline. But I mean, if Zlatan, Ronaldo and Messi are anything to prove, age is just a number, and past 30, past 34 or past 32, they can still definitely perform, so you never know. In 11th place was Celta Vigo. Now, Celta Vigo has always been a fantastic club, at least in my opinion. They've always pushed hard, and they've always been a mid-table team, and that's where I put them. Not 11th, I actually put them in 10th, so just one off. I was so close to getting them right, but it is what it is. Celta Vigo did a fantastic job this season, still have their captain Iago Aspas, definitely still held us at a 3-3 draw. Us being Barcelona, of course. I mean, they made a comeback. We were 3-0 up, and they came back 3-3 to get a point from that game, and still kind of hurts. But Celta Vigo have always been a fantastic team, so congratulations to them. They've always been a great team, mid-table. I think they could, with a few good recruitments here and there, I think they could definitely push for Conference League, maybe even Europa League. But I mean, they definitely have to be smart about spending, especially with the La Liga rules. And don't even get me started on that. In 10th place, mid-table now, Osasuna, definitely. This is a regret for me because I put Celta Vigo in 10th and I put Osasuna at 11th. So of course, if I would have just swapped them, I would have got both of them exactly correct. But I didn't, so I get a 1 for each. So it's okay. It's not that bad. I was really close for them too. That would have been fantastic in my opinion, but it is what it is. I think Osasuna was definitely a fantastic team. I mean, they barely got promoted, I believe, last season, and they did okay. They survived quite well, and then this season, I mean, top 10. Fantastic job from Osasuna. Osasuna definitely can push on for better things. They will have to be careful for a few other teams that are above them, obviously. But I mean, if they're able to combine their group even better and perform a little bit better than this season, they can definitely push for top 8, maybe even top 7 or 6, honestly. But yeah, good job, Osasuna. In 9th was Valencia. Now this team was definitely a tricky one because I didn't post my video for the season before, but the season before I'd actually predicted them getting relegated because they lost quite a few key players, but definitely showed that they weren't gonna get relegated. But they didn't finish as high as everyone would have believed. I can't remember exactly where they finished, but still, due to that, I actually put them in 12th. But they finished 9th, so they definitely outperformed my expectations. They did well. I think they were fantastic. Of course, they might still lose quite a few players. I mean, Barcelona are looking into getting Jose Gaya, their captain, and Carlos Soler might be moving away because I feel like, I mean, they just can't keep players because of the La Liga rules. The La Liga rules are quite insane, and the wage caps and everything it's ridiculous, honestly, in my opinion, and it's going to cause quite a few teams to just not be as strong as they can be, you know, because I mean, no other league has the same regulations, but I mean, La Liga could ruin a few of their big teams here, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully Valencia can still keep a few of their best players and keep going, but we don't know at this point. In 8th place was Athletic Club de Bilbao, or Athletic Bilbao. They did a fantastic job. I believe they were not those. Were they? No, they made it to the final of the Supercopa, or the Spanish Super Cup, and they did pretty well in the actual Spanish Cup, the Copa del Rey. So good job to Athletic Bilbao. Of course, they didn't actually win either of those trophies, but they did fantastic. They did their job. They finished in 8th, just as I predicted, because I actually predicted them to finish in 8th. So that's one team completely correct. So yes, congratulations to me, but also big congratulations to Athletic Bilbao. I mean, I believe their team is completely comprised of only Spanish players. So, or I think they're even more specific. I believe it's like Basque players. Not entirely sure what that means, but still, great job, Athletic Bilbao. Consistently top teams in one of the top teams in Spain. So great job. I think 7th and 8th is obviously one of their it's a consistent finish for them. But yeah, good job, Athletic Bilbao. In 7th, just clinching Conference League, was the Champions League semi-finalist, Villarreal. They did a fantastic job in the Champions League and pretty well in La Liga. They did struggle a little bit, but they finished in 7th, so congratulations to them. They will definitely still be in Europe for next season, so great job on them. Good job Unai Emery for actually making it to the semi-finals in the Champions League, so great job. Definitely a big underdog in that competition for this season. But yeah, in 7th place, Villarreal, fantastic team. Of course, a few aging players here and there like Dani Parejo, but they still have a fantastic squad with the likes of Gio Lo Celso, Danjuma, and their goalkeeper. What is it? Who is he? Rulli, of course. Sorry, forgot his name for a second. But yeah, Geronimo Rulli, fantastic goalkeeper. A few mistakes here and there, but he's still a fantastic goalkeeper. But anyways, Villarreal, I actually placed him in 5th, so I expected them to do a little better, but I mean, they pushed all the way to the semifinals of the Champions League, so kind of makes sense why they didn't reach 5th place, but still, good job, Villarreal, and definitely gonna be looking out for you for next season. Up the Yellow Submarine. First Europa League spot goes to Real Sociedad. They finished in 6th place. Good job on them. And I think they were a fantastic team. I thought they could have actually pushed for the title, and they were pushing for the title at the first half of the season. But then they kind of died off, weren't able to capture some form, but I mean, they still did a fantastic job finishing in 6th. Maybe they can push on for the Champions League next season. I think they can definitely do it with the likes of Alexander Isak. I'm not sure if David Silva is still going to be there, but David Silva, if he's still there, their goalkeeper, Alex Ramiro, and a few other players that are absolutely fantastic, like Mikel Oyarzabal, fantastic player, great player who will hopefully be in the Spanish national squad for the World Cup. But anyways, Real Sociedad, fantastic job. I placed him in 6th, so that's another perfect for me. But overall, good job, Real Sociedad, finishing 6th. Again, being that consistent top contenders for the Spanish football. And yeah, they could definitely push on for Champions League next season. So just stay strong, Real Sociedad, recruit a little bit better, and maybe push on for Champions League top 4. You'll never know. You never know. Taking up that second Europa League spot was, of course, Real Betis, another Real squad. So good job, Real Betis. They were fantastic. They were in top 3 for the majority of the season until they slipped a little bit, and Sevilla, Barcelona, Atletico were all able to catch up. So it was very unfortunate for them, but still, Real Betis put in a great performance. I believe their manager, Manuel Pellegrini, did a fantastic job. So good job on them. They have a fantastic squad with the likes of Hector Bellerin, Claudio Bravo as their goalkeeper, I believe, and a few other players. I mean, they definitely put in some great performances up against Barca, Real Madrid. I believe they tied up against Real Madrid in the final day of the season. So congrats to Real Betis. And this is another swap thing because I placed Real Betis in 7th. And as you know, I placed Villarreal in 5th. If we swap those two again, would have been too perfect. But it is what it is. They were still pretty close. My predictions were still pretty close, so not too harsh about that. So good on me, but also good to Real Betis. Real Betis, fantastic job. So definitely interested to seeing where they finish next season. They'll definitely be top contenders for top 4, maybe even the title. You never know. Top 4 now. In the 4th position was, of course, Sevilla. They made the Champions League spot yet again. I mean, they had a pretty decent season. I mean, I would say an even great season because they were in 2nd place for the majority of the season. And I mean the majority of the season. But due to a lack of form, they died off. And unfortunately, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid were actually able to catch them up. Even Real Betis was pushing them for 4th place. But unfortunately, I mean, they died off from 2nd place up until 4th. But it's not too bad. They were the only team that was actually chasing Real Madrid for a quick minute there until Barcelona caught up with them. But I mean, good job, Sevilla. They did a fantastic campaign. I mean, they made it in the Champions League. Unfortunately, they fell into the Europa League after the group stage, just like Barcelona. But anyways, they made it to the Europa League and they lost out to West Ham, unfortunately, quite early on. But still, Sevilla had a pretty good season, I would say. Maybe they can push for the title next season, but they have to have a pretty good transfer window. So we'll have to see there. But yeah, push on Sevilla. And yeah. Oh, also, I put them in 4th place, so that's a perfect score for me, so good job. But anyways, push on, Sevilla. In 3rd place was Atletico Madrid. They did a fantastic campaign. Well, not compared to the last season. Last season, they won the title. This season, they finished in 3rd, behind Barcelona and Real Madrid. So very unfortunate for them, but I still feel they did as well as they could have with the team that they have. I mean, Luis Suarez got injured a bit, but I mean, he's still pretty... He's getting older. He's not getting any quicker. But João Felix had a fantastic season for Diego Simeone's side. So good job for Atletico Madrid. Hopefully they can push for the title next season. It'll be very interesting to see maybe a 4-horse race in La Liga next season, or maybe even 5. You never know. But anyways, Atletico Madrid, fantastic job again. Top 4, easy. Top 3, I mean, fantastic. They qualified for Champions League yet again. I wouldn't say with ease because they definitely had to do as good as they did in order to clinch that 3rd place spot. But still, fantastic job for Atletico Madrid. Of course, I actually put them in 2nd place because I thought they were gonna push for the title, but of course they didn't. But it is what it is. good job, Atletico Madrid. And yeah, maybe push for the title next season. In second place, of course, was my very own, my favorite team, FC Barcelona. I unfortunately predicted them to win the title, but unfortunately they didn't. Now that's the first time I've actually didn't guess the right winner of the league, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm definitely very biased, of course, because I root for Barcelona, but I mean, they had a pretty decent campaign. Well, they had an okay campaign, very turbulent campaign. We started off very poorly under the likes of Ronald Koeman, of course, and then towards the middle of the season, that's when we finally picked up some form due to some transfers that came in, and also bringing in Xavi Hernandez as the new manager. And of course, didn't have the greatest of seasons. We had major injuries like Pedri, Ansu Fati, Depay, but I mean, we still had a pretty okay season. We didn't win any title, we didn't win any cup, but hopefully next season we'll definitely push on for the title, push on for the Spanish Cup, Super Cup maybe, and maybe for the Champions League, but you never know. Hopefully, I mean, we finished in second place, and our biggest feat was beating Real Madrid 4-0. Of course, that was a big achievement for us, but there was a few injuries to Real Madrid's starting lineup like Benzema and Ferland Mendy, but it is what it is. And of course, we did bring in some great talent like Ferran Torres, Adama Traore, Dani Alves, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but some of them might not stay, but we'll see. Hopefully Barcelona can definitely improve in the next transfer window, bring the likes of maybe Robert Lewandowski, maybe Rafinha, but also Frank Kessie and Andreas Christensen to hopefully strengthen their squad and push on for the title and other trophies, of course. But anyways, let's just get straight on to the champions of La Liga. Now, of course, the La Liga champions and also Champions League champions was, of course, Real Madrid. They finished in first place, and my Barcelona bias definitely kicked in here, and I placed them in third. Of course, 2 places off where they actually finished. So yeah, that is quite embarrassing. I put them in third. I mean, at least I still put them top 4. Not like I did with the Liverpool. But anyways, congratulations to Real Madrid. I am quite bitter, of course, but I mean, they deserved it. They played really well in La Liga. They finished, I mean, they didn't start off so well, but they definitely picked up some form and they kept it. They were consistent. They may not have always won in emphatic fashion, but they definitely picked up all the points that they needed, and they won quite comfortably, not gonna lie. Of course, they lost to Barcelona here and there. They lost to Atletico Madrid, or no, they faced up tough opponents like Atletico Madrid, because I believe they beat them. But still, I mean, they were able to do what was necessary, and they won. And of course, Carlo Ancelotti with this big cigar in his hand and with his eyebrow up, definitely showing that he can definitely still do it, despite, of course, like, not succeeding with Everton, but he's definitely succeeding with this Real Madrid side. And also Karim Benzema, arguably the best player in the world. I personally think he's the best player in the world right now. Definitely will win the Ballon d'Oro, in my opinion, but still, congrats to Real Madrid on winning the Champions League and La Liga. So good job on them. And those are all my predictions. So those are all my predictions, and that was me reacting to see where exactly I placed every team. I didn't do too well, but I'm pretty sure I did better than my other 2 predictions. But there will still be one more prediction or reaction to my predictions left over for the season. But yeah, I believe I got 54 points. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, 54 points. And I believe that's definitely better than the Bundesliga and much better than the Premier League predictions. I'll put them both on screen. And, well, actually, we'll put all 3. And then we'll have the 4th and last league coming up next in my next video. So, yeah. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe. And late.